G'day guys, so what we've got today is a bit of a solution that we've found for a baby cot in our Jayco 21.6 Silverline.
Hey!
I'm Brent, this is Cal, and together with our son Bear and dog Jazz, we're travelling Australia. Come and join us for our reality.
So the problem that we've had is that we've bought this van which only has the queen size bed, which we'll show you a little bit about after, and we have a new addition to the family. So he needs somewhere to sleep for our big trip. As you can see here, we've got the small dinette which comes standard in this Jayco Silverline. And what we're hoping to achieve is, rather than building in the entire bed, which would be quite easy and you see in a lot of vans, we only want a small cot. So we're going to create one that takes up basically the back corner, but where we can retain that seat there and also part of this seat here. So myself and Kelly can still sit down and have dinner and watch TV and whatever else we need to do. So we're going to take you through a bit of a before and after as we go through it all and show you the finished product. We'll just show you a little bit around the van now. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got the queen bed up front, panning around into the kitchen, and then straight over to the back corner, and then the dinette here. It lifts up, comes down, and that's what we want to replace. Okay, one of the things I should mention is this is not one of the beds that actually folds down already. There is a version of the Jayco that does this. This is not that. So I'm going to pull it apart now and just show you what's actually involved, and it's a pretty quick process. The table comes up and off. It's then got a screw off leg, which is what I'm planning to recycle as part of it. So that comes off there. Now the cushions come off fairly quickly and easily as well. Just velcroed on. One, two, three, four. And then the last bit at the end here is these ones. So they just go up against the wall to give you a bit more padding there. Now that we've done that, you can see the bottom, there's a little bit of storage down there, just with flip up lids, which we need to find a bit of a solution to as well. But that's our base that we've got to play with. And all right, let's go to the next step.
Okay, so all I've got here is an old Burry cot. Paid about 50 bucks for it on Marketplace. You could do it with any timber cot or any other cot for that matter, mind you. But I just grabbed this one. It looked like it's got a few good dimensions that I can work with and cut up and put in place in the van. I'm going to be using some aluminium L-angle. Just went down and got it from Bunnings this morning. This is 25 by 20 in 1.6, fairly light. I had some steel L-angle lying around, but I thought I'd go with the alloy just to keep weight down a little bit. It has bugger all weight on it, so really it's not a structural thing.
First step, get the base in. Just rip these down, they're 560, and just need to figure out one, if they're going to fit, and then two, got to fix them in. And they're perfect. Alright, so I got the base cut. I've just modified down a little bit of the cot base. These slats, I thought they might have been glued in, they're not, they're actually just sort of pressure fit in there. So I've cut them down and just put them back into the original casing, if you like, and it now fits. So what I'm going to do from here is mount my 2 L angles and then just put that in just as the base for the mattress. So there's not really much weight or anything going on it, but it also gives me some other spot here to structurally mount the outside of the cot as well. So that's why I'm using that. Could just use a piece of ply or anything, but this was already here as part of the cot, so why buy something else? Alright, so this is just after fixing the bottom part of the mattress in. This side will come down, and so it'll be a nice flush base all the way along to here, which is where I propose the end of the cot is going to be. About 1100 across the back and about 560 out in widthways, which is not a standard cot size, but should be well and truly enough for him for at least 18 months or so, I'd say. So much room for activities. Give that a go. All right, now we're cooking with gas. So, got the base in. All I've done is rip these 2 down to size, and I've put the end pieces back in. So they will be fixed really solidly by the end of it. These 2 will come together, and then on the base, 2 L brackets into each side of the Caravan wall frame, so it's not going anywhere. Now it's basically just tidy it up, get it ready to go, and then a few of the other little fixings that go with it. Let's do it. Okay, so here's the test fit out. It's all coming up all right. So she's pretty square. It's needs a few little finishing touches. I'll just take this corner off here so it's nice and flush. Any sharp edges, but the basics of it looks all right and really solid. It is not going to move.
So Brent's finished the main part of the build for the cot, and now it's up to me to paint it and make it, I guess, not look like an old used cot and make it a little bit more of a nice space for Bear to sleep in. So basically all I'm going to do is give it a bit of a coat of paint and then maybe get a few decals for the walls and things like that. What's going on? You in your beach buggy? Hey? You in your beach buggy? Okay, so I've just been to pick up the foam for his mattress, and now I'm going to put the second coat on. Okay, it's almost finished. Just got to do a bit more of a coat, I think, on the rails, and then she looks good. Okay, I'm just going to let that dry and come back, see what it looks like, make sure there's no areas that we needed to top up, and then I'll get Brent to install it.
Time to put it all together. I think this will be a pretty simple process now, but see how long it takes and see if it all still fits.
Like a glove.
Alright, should be looking pretty good now. Nice and solid. He will not be able to rock that. Alright, time to put the other stuff back together. Put the base in. We've just got a mattress foam cut today from Park Rubber. I'll give that a go. And then just need to cut that and get it reupholstered, and then we're good.
12 months on, the finished product, tried and tested.
So this is it, guys. The finished cot and table and dinette that we've put together. We love it. Nothing has gone wrong with it. It's been absolutely perfect for him. This table, as you can see, it was actually an offcut I got from Bunnings. I think I paid about 50 bucks for the whole thing. Cut it down, put the edges, it almost matches the Jayco cabinetry perfectly, and reused all the other Jayco clips and that for the table. So it's been absolutely perfect. The cot came together really nicely. I put some of this, which was a bit of an offcut that we had lying around, to stop him getting his hands through, which has been really good if he's in there and we're trying to have dinner or anything. The seats, all good. We just cut them down, sit here perfectly. We've still got the full seat on the other side, which is good for storage mainly. You're obviously not going to sit there. We thought originally we might sit there a bit, watch the TV for the footy or something. doesn't happen, you're always outside. So we've still got a double dinette here for Kelly and I, which has been really good. And then the cot itself, finished product. So the interior of the cot has some decals which Kelly ordered online to finish it all off. And to be fair, he wasn't really interested for the first 4 or 5 months that he was in here, but since then, as he's got a bit older, he's really enjoyed it. You can see him playing with it in the morning or when he's in there for a nap and he wakes up. So I definitely recommend that, and it just brings a bit of colour to the whole van as well. The other thing we did is with the mattress, we actually got a second-hand mattress and cut it down, and then obviously closed off all the edges so there's no springs or anything exposed, and then put some Clark rubber high-density foam on top. Covered that all up with a custom-made sheet that one of our lovely friends made for us. Thank you, Bev. And he loves it. We couldn't be happier. And he'll stand up here and play around. You can probably hear him screaming outside at the moment. He'll stand up here and play around and have a great time. He can't get out of it. And yeah, it's just been perfect for our needs. So I'd highly recommend anybody with this sort of situation in their van, give it a crack. We tossed through so many different ideas before we landed on this, but we're really happy with it, and would do it again. And the other thing I would say, be careful when you're building it to make sure that you can return it all to standard at the end. So what we've done here, we haven't hacked into anything original. I've still got all the original tables and everything, so for me to resell it, if somebody doesn't want a cot in their van, which is going to be the majority of people, I put it all back to standard and we're good to go. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our cot build. A little bit of effort involved to get it together, but end result, really good. If you've got any questions or anything, drop us a comment. Happy to answer what we can.
Definitely worth doing, and right now, especially during COVID, you can't necessarily find the van that you need for your situation. So use your creativity and pop in what you need to. And like Brent said, make sure you're careful and make sure you can pop it back to normal when you're ready to sell.
Cheers.